All right, what is happening, fam? How are we all doing, crypto fam? Let's get this live popping and tapping and something of this nature. What is up? We got Steven on the live. We got Thomas. I can't believe I stayed up so late again. No problem, fam. Good evening, Olga. JTO ready for a short. EK. Where is everybody, guys? Let's get this live popping, fam. Let's get this live absolutely popping. Hypervid, how we doing? Esme, how we doing? All right, guys. So Bitcoin dumped kind of in a range today. You guys had a chance to make some money on Bitcoin. Now we dropped a bit. Now we're kind of in a little rounded bottom. I'm going to tell you guys how I'm going to play Bitcoin, how we're going to make money off of this trade. So it's pretty simple. We touched the bottom of the channel, and we are hitting the conversion line in a rounded bottom. So here's how I'm going to play this trade. Very, very simple. I'm going to short here with my stop loss just above here. And if it breaks, I'm going to get out. I'm going to take a loss, and I'm going to relook for a short at the top or at the next order block. Okay. Because what we can see here is we can see typically the conversion line being major resistance, and you are completely overbought. However, Bitcoin is in a bit of a rising pumping pattern right now. That being said, if you look at your initial MACD, it is into the zero line here. So we can see, guys, that Bitcoin's in the zero line. And we can see that the 15 minutes rolling up here. So perfect bounce off of this 3-point trend. It is a very strong downtrend on Bitcoin, guys, but the reality is that it is playing the trend perfectly. Now, if you look at the 18-hour time frame, we are definitely dropping. Okay, so we know there's downtrend momentum. We know that the market is probably going to drop into London or into New York, right? Because now we're really separated here on our KND. And you can see the daily coming down now too, which means this is definitely going to drop. There might be a bit of a range into Tokyo, but we are definitely looking like we are about to drop. However, we got a rising pattern here. So we could kind of see that Bitcoin's in a bit of a rising wedge, if you will. And essentially, it should reject here, but it could go a lot further. CJDV, how you doing? How you doing? Let's get this popping live. Our Tokyo lives are the best lives of the night, guys. But we can see that 15-minute completely overbought. Now, personally, I don't think you should be long in this market. There's too many bearish indicators saying we are going to dump, okay? Too many bearish indicators saying we're going to drop, and this could happen at any time. I'm going to short right now at this key resistance at the conversion line. I will take a loss if we break the conversion line and start pumping. But basically what I want to look right here is I want to look at my order block, which is my fair value gap. I know we could hit about 67 and reverse back down. Olga, how you doing? Asia Orb is breaking up. Honestly, Orb is good. Orb is good, but Orb doesn't really play out except for New York. It does. It does play out. Asia and London plays out. But Orb, if you look at Orb, most people play Orb during the session of New York. There are billionaire traders that refuse to trade Orb in Asia or London because there isn't much happening. So when you guys look at Orb, don't take away Orb, but make sure you understand Orb is mainly for New York. So again, I'm short right here based off the conversion line rising wedge. I'll take that short all the way back down to about whatever that is, probably back down to about 65.9. I'm not saying orb doesn't work in London or Asia, but the problem is Asia is mostly accumulation. So anytime you guys see Asia doing something like this, it is accumulating, not really distributing, not manipulating. Then you look at your higher time frames and you say, okay, MACD is dropping on the 4-hour, and we are dropping on our 4-hour time frame here. Another thing, a key indicator, guys, now that we're bearish, it's this 8 hours just crush into the downside. So we could see another 8 hours, and we could probably see a vicious drop coming in the market. The last time we crossed down on this MACD was right here, and Bitcoin dropped from 79K all the way down to $60,000. So the trend is your friend. We were longing a bit. Now I am not longing anymore. I am waiting for the short. My longs are done. Could it pump up? Yes, it could. Could it break up all the way up to here? Sure. We're in a downtrend. We bounced off the downtrend. So hypothetically, Bitcoin even could push up and round a top right here and then continue back down, right? But the initial trend is definitely down, guys. Asia, though, nothing. Asia is what I would do is setting up for your shorts in Asia. London's probably going to dump it. You're almost overbought in the 1 hour. 30 minutes already overbought. 45 minutes overbought. Like, there's a big move coming here in the market, guys, very, very shortly. The monthly close is coming up, and we have 9 days left on this monthly close, and we are continuously dropping here. By the way, we're getting very, very close to the zero line on the MACD. So the question is, are we going to reverse back up? Right? What is going to happen? KJTO. Hit that like button, guys. Let's run it up. All right. And again, if you are shorting Bitcoin with me, understand that Bitcoin could still potentially pump to 67.4. It shouldn't, but it could. 67 as well. Okay. We're looking at that conversion line, though, on Bitcoin. All right, let's take a look at a JTO trade here. JTO was already the trade right here. Who's shorting JTO from 30 cents? Look at that. Fake out pump and dropped. JTO is a dynamite short. So pretty much what you guys are seeing right now is I'm playing the conversion line off of a downtrend, okay? I'm not going to long the market. I would be really, really not smart to long the market. So here's what you guys could do if you want to short JTO. And this is actually a really, really good trade for you guys. Non-financial advice. So if you didn't get JTO up here, guys, at 30, you have another shot right here. Low leverage, stop loss at 29.8. Short JTO all the way down to 26 or lower. But now you've got a huge, huge, huge fair value gap coming up here on JTO. So here's your huge fair value gap on your 1 hour time frame. You get into a short. You could see a back tested that fair value gap right here. Your line or your thing is right here at about 29.4. This is where I'd be shorting JTO. I wouldn't be going crazy leverage because it is a low cap coin, right? But I'd be shorting it anywhere in this region right here with a stop at about 29.8 to about 30. So whatever leverage that is what you got to go with. And essentially, JTO can come all the way back down to about 26 or lower. Okay, guys, hit that like button. Are you guys shorting this with me? Are you longing Bitcoin? What are we doing? Now, I'm doing a completely different type of trading right now, guys. I'm not trading off of any TA. I'm not trading off of any TA but the conversion line. I'm not paying attention to my RSI. I am paying attention to my stochastic RSI. Okay. Give me a minute, guys. All right. Thank you guys all for joining the live. I appreciate you guys. So I'm really not paying attention to any TA, guys. I'm not going against any rules, but pretty much what I'm doing here, just so that people can kind of understand. I'm looking at my MACD. Okay, I kind of am following some rules. I'm looking at my MACD on my 4 and my 8, and I see we're very, very bearish. Very, very bearish. After 5 hours, this market is going to dump. Into New York, you're probably going to get a drop. Okay. So essentially, though, you can see that this rising pattern is playing out. We're overbought in the 15. So all I'm really doing here is have a fair value gap. I'm setting my stop loss above 67.1 because I know we're very bearish. I know we're probably not going to break 67K. Then I line up my 15-minute. I look at my 5-minute. Did it break? My 5-minute absolutely broke trend. I look at my 15-minute time frame. I'm just waiting for my 15-minute time frame to break trend too. By the way, guys, I replied to you about coaching a few of you. Now, a lot of people are asking if I can a lot of people are asking if I can extend the coaching for our training session. So here's what I'm going to let's go. Let's go. Come on, we going to make money. I'm in the zone today. I'll be honest with you. I just had some insane salmon and some other whitefish, whatever that was, with lemon. I have not had seafood, guys, for a very long time. So maybe it's the whatever it is. But yeah, so a couple people asked to extend the coaching to have I entered the short? I'm already in the short. To about the training session. So here's what I'll do for everybody, guys. It's only fair. We are only taking on 2 to 3 clients on coaching. It was supposed to be only 2, but I've gotten a lot of interest. I will extend it to this Saturday for everybody. But after this Saturday, guys, it's done. We don't really want to coach. That's not what we want to do. But a lot of people have asked me to do coaching. So why not? We're going to extend it to Saturday. So if you guys are wanting coaching and you guys do the training session Saturday, we'll see how many people we can help. Okay. That's for the people who are emailing me saying, can you talk about it more Saturday? Okay. XRP. I mean, sorry guys, I'm in too much of a good mood right now. Let's see here. We go to our Mighty or bslimlist.com and we'll post our trade that we're in because I like to be very transparent, right? So I'm not up much, but I'm not up much, but I definitely am in the trade. I'm just pulling this up for you guys. Like, if I'm down, I'm going to show you guys. If I'm up, but not a lot, I'm going to show you guys. It's pretty simple. So, yeah, shout out to Thomas crushing this AW trade. So really, oh no, it's not showing. Man. Yeah, $35, right? So I'm up $35 on my funding account. Okay, so XRP, why? Because we got to look at XRP. Now, I had high hopes for XRP until I didn't. XRP is now very, very bearish. So I don't like the range on XRP, guys. I like JTO better. This would also be your short on JTO too if it breaks 28.5. Boom, big drop coming on JTO if it breaks 28.5. So on XRP, shout out to everybody on the live. Hit that like button, guys. This is our Tokyo session, the most watched session. So basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to look at a couple things. XRP is a 4-hour bearish order block or bearish fair value gap. So I'm probably going to enter a short right here. And I'm just going to set a stop loss above 146. And I'm hopefully going to ride it back down to here. But what I would like to happen, yeah, never mind. XRP is probably going to drop. The 15 minutes overbought. 1 hour is oversold, but the 1 hour can remain oversold. It is bearish. This is where I'd be taking a short on XRP with a stop about 146. Because that 15-minute looks like she is about to absolutely drop it. Drop it, drop it, drop it. There's that rising, right? Anytime you guys see a rising in a bearish market, dollar signs go up in my head. All right, so we got XRP. We're actually going to set an alert on XRP. Where are we going with this Bitcoin now? Down, down, down. Maybe not in the next 5 hours, but within the next 24 hours, we're going down, down, down. Keep in mind, guys, even though we're dropping, this is an accumulation session into Asia. So we're probably going to drop a bit, range a bit, drop a bit, range a bit, drop a bit, range a bit. Keep in mind the 1 hour is overbought almost, but it is moving up. I could see us double bottoming here around 60, but at this point, I would say we're honestly going back down to 60K. But in the shorter term, 64 in the shorter term. Keep in mind, guys, the daily is now dropping. This isn't just a smaller time frame, right? We broke that uptrend. We were ranging. We're going to hit that 64 most likely. Okay, let's check out Ethereum. Why not? Sure, we'll go over the spot chart here. I do not like trading ETH. I have no idea why. I just don't like trading ETH. It isn't even, it's so weird. I just don't trade ETH. I've never traded ETH, and I'm not exactly sure why. But you could see the 18's dropping, and the daily is dropping. Bob, what is up? 40K on the 2-year liquidation maps. 40K is very, very possible. That does line up with my... Oh, this is actually crazy. Ethereum never touched the bottom yet. Everything else touched the bottom, and Ethereum never touched the bottom. I didn't even realize that. If you go to Bitcoin, Bitcoin's already at the bottom. Ethereum never touched the bottom of the daily RSI. That is crazy, because that means that Ethereum hasn't even dropped yet. But basically right here, if you do your retrace on your fib to this prior low, yeah, you're looking at about 1,400, but these are your real targets on Ethereum. There is a big move coming in the market, guys, this week or even within the next 2 weeks. And it doesn't look like it is going to be a green move. Right, we're looking at those moves right there. But if we're in the shorter term, God, triple bottom. Honestly, I wouldn't even trade Ethereum. I probably wouldn't touch Ethereum. This is just too much of a range unless you're getting it up top. Like maybe you short Ethereum right here if Ethereum does get to these levels, right? How about Solana? Solana has been doing fairly good. No, yes. Correct me if I'm wrong. We have a double top. What does a double top mean? Drop, drop, drop. We're almost overbought on our 1 hour on Solana here, which is why we might have been having Solana coins pumping and dumping, because so it looks like Sol is about to absolutely take off to the downside here. You had some bearish dive right here, 91. Yeah, this market has just went from ranging bullish to bearish all over the place. So I would only be looking for shorts, guys. If you guys are looking for longs, I'm telling you guys right now, you're wasting your time. Unless there is actually a coin going against Bitcoin. Let me go look at that 8-hour time frame here on Solana. Yeah, this is... So kind of to give you guys a bit of feedback here on what I'm seeing, go right here to Solana. The previous drop on your 8-hour time frame, we were at 127. We dropped all the way down to 66. Now, the 8-hour time frame is a very prominent time frame. A lot of people don't pay attention to the 8-hour. They pay attention to the 4-hour and the 8. But if you're looking at all our bearish reversals, we went from 143 pretty much up to about 108 from 98, and then all the way back down to 65. And then we just continued the downtrend. So when I see my 8-hour MACD crossing and my trend breaking on the 8-hour time frame, I am bullish or bearish based on that move. So if we take our fib retracement to this low right here, we are looking at targets on Solana of about 61 and ultimately 55. So 55 and 61 on Sol, and obviously a lot lower to complete that head and shoulder. But again, guys, if you guys are in a short, keep in mind, or even a long, hopefully not a long, but if you guys are in a short, keep in mind, guys, Bitcoin is just ranging, okay? So yes, we are dropping. The initial trend is absolutely down. However, this is a AMD accumulation session with Tokyo, which means we're going to do this. We're going to pump a bit, drop a bit, pump a bit, drop a bit. And then probably into London, we are going to have more direction on where the market is going. And I would say most likely to the downside, okay? All right, guys, let's run up that like button. Let's get this live absolutely popping. Shout out to all the new people on the live. Here's the thumbnail for today. Boom, right there. Live Tokyo trading session, 200 SMA, rounded bottom. If you're new to the live, let me know where you're tuning in from. Let's try and break 100 viewers. So now you're going to see Bitcoin kind of ranging in this rising wedge. Okay, what else do we got? Cardano. Now, earlier I said it was probably good to get into a long arc on Cardano, and it was, but I want to see if Cardano broke the range. Yeah, so now ADA broke the range, right? So we spiked up here and we faked out. And to be honest, guys, into the New York session, we were looking good for one last pump. But because we're so bearish, the pump isn't lasting, which makes a lot of sense. So now I'm looking on a short on Cardano. And this is actually a trade you guys could take on the live, by the way. So Cardano, pretty much a short right here. About that 27 region. Your stop loss would be just above this fair value gap, I would say about 28. And Cardano is most likely going to trickle down all the way back down to about 24, printing you a lot of profit. Slack, no problem. Thank you for the shout out there. YamedX, how you doing? What's the platform I'm using? TradingView. And then this one is to find liquidity gaps right here, fam. All right, thank you for commenting. But yeah, guys, Cardano is looking really good. You could probably take this short right away. With a tight stop loss just above this fair value gap. Look, if we lose the trade, we lose the trade. But initially, we can see the direction. Cardano is even bouncing off of this order block, so you can even wait for it to break 27.1 and ride it all the way down here. But Cardano should dump. Now we're kind of in no man's land on ADA. So if we look from right here to right here, we take our Fibonacci, our 618 retracement tool. Here's our 618. We haven't hit it yet. We should trickle down and hit this region about 25. If you break 25, you're looking at about 23 cents and 21 cents on Cardano. You're going to see this 18-hour time frame is dropping with an inverse head and shoulder. This inverse head and shoulder is going to be invalidated. Am I in the zone today or what? Holy. Honestly, guys, it's been pretty boring in the market, but then I realized there's always movement, so we just got to play what we play. And I'm also seeing a big move coming on Bitcoin, so we got to get ready for it. We have an 18-hour inverse head and shoulder here. Market makers are going to try to trap you with this previous right and left shoulder. However, we are dropping on the 18. We're about to cross on our 18 at our zero line, at our MACD, and the daily is dropping. This is not looking good. This is going to be an absolute bloodbath coming up. I don't know if it happens before Friday. It might. It might happen before Friday. It might even happen tomorrow. We'll see, right? Hit that like button, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for all joining the live. Is everybody signed up for our training this Saturday at 10 a.m.? How about TRX, Tron? I keep on saying Tron is a really good trade to take. Look at all of these inverse head and shoulders. If I was just going off of indicators, I would say this is bullish, but I'm not. I don't know. Maybe Tron could go against the market. I don't think so. No, Tron's not going to go against the market. Tron's going to be a fake out. Because actually you have a lower low here. So this is not a perfect inverse head and shoulder. Tron's not looking too bad. Enzo, I'm using BTCC and my leverage goes up to 500 for XRP. What would be the highest leverage for XRP? 10, no higher. Even 10 is really risky. If I was doing a coin like XRP, I would probably be doing... I don't know. I would probably be... 7x, 7, 8x, because XRP, there's not enough momentum, right? Okay, so we are accumulating this rising wedge here, which makes a lot of sense at the moment. We've got a 1 hour close coming up here. You have to work. It should be recorded. It will be recorded. But there's going to be a lot of interactivity. So I'll be honest with you guys. If you have to work, it's fine. However, try to make that live, because that live is going to be all about interactivity. If you're in the recording, yeah, you could watch me talking, but you're not really going to learn anything because I'm going to be interactive with everybody. Leverage is irrelevant. It's all about position size. Correct. If you have 100K, you could do 1x. If you have $100, you need to go higher leverage. Actually, it matters about your lifestyle, your risk, and your capital. If you only have a certain amount of money, you don't want to do high leverage. All right, what else? You know what? I want to look at total crypto market cap, make sure we're all aligned here. I'm just waiting for somebody to come on the live and tell me Bitcoin's pumping. Waiting for it, right? Yeah, so 4 hours, very, very bearish on the total crypto market cap. 18 hours dropping, about to reverse. 8 hour is, yeah, this is crazy. You've got a double top here already. Very bearish in a bearish market, of course. You've been ranging. You've got these 2 levels and 2 targets on the total crypto market cap at about 1.97 trill and about 1.85 trill. Now, here's the thing, guys. When you're looking at the overall crypto market cap, you want to look. Hugo, BTC is pumping. BTC is not pumping. Yeah, maybe on the 1 minute for sure. So you're ultimately looking at 1.47 trillion. And this is where I see Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, but this is where I see the total crypto market cap going to. I see it going to about 1.45 to 1.47 trillion Now, keep in mind, if I see Bitcoin going to that area, or not Bitcoin, the total crypto market cap, you guys got to imagine what 2.8 trillion to 1.7 trillion. Do the math, right? Do the math. And if we look at our altcoins, total free, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, it's the same song and dance right here too, kind of. Altcoins are looking definitely a bit more bullish. But if I look at the TA and I look at the overall 8-hour time frame, altcoins are definitely looking a bit better. Will they hold up? I don't think so. No, you're dropping on the 18. And the same thing, you're not really dropping on the daily yet, but you are at the top. So maybe we get a range to about 710 region. But for now, we're going to accumulate into Tokyo, accumulate, and then London. You're going to see a more consistent move, all right? Yeah, so Bitcoin's just really playing out this rising wedge. What else do we got here? XRP, we looked at JT. Oh, USDT.D. Tether DOM. Tether DOM pumped a bit here too. So Tether DOM is in a bit of an uptrend here. Kind of ranging sideways. Yeah, not much is happening here on Tether DOM. Although there's a double top coming up here, so I do see Tether DOM pumping before the monthly close because we did break out. And if you look at the monthly guys on USDT.D, after this month is closed, maybe the next one, we are eventually going to hit the top of the RSI, okay? Can I look at JPY, USD JPY? Sure. At least someone is trading USD JPY. Did it play out? Well, it's been hitting my area. Oh, look at this. If you guys took my USD JPY trade, you are making bank. And I mean bank. You could, depending on how many pips you guys have, you could have literally turned $100 into 10 grand. This has been a perfect trade, and we lined it up perfectly on the live. So if you are making money on USD JPY, let me hear it. And we're not even a Forex currency channel, guys. We are absolutely crushing it. So we're looking at about 156.65 on USD JPY. Huge double bottom. Bang, 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 bang. All right. Now, I'm not going to teach you guys pips right away, but I'm going to teach you lot size with Bitcoin and gold. And that is the only thing I'm going to teach you guys how to trade. I'm not teaching nobody in this group how to trade Forex. Not yet. That is a whole different training for another time. I don't need people losing their house, okay? Whole nother training for another time. But we will teach you guys how to use, how to trade Bitcoin, silver, and those type of assets on MetaTrader with a funded account. Shout out to everybody in the pack chat, guys. If you're not in the pack chat, beastlimitless.com. Come say hi. Shout out to I Am Crypto. Shout out to Mickey. Shout out to everybody here. All right, let me see what is trending. Or what is... Oh, you know what? I was going to look at BNB because I keep on forgetting to add BNB to our large cap list. It is a dynamite of a trade. Does anybody actually play BNB? Yeah, Glasshopper. The only reason I've been talking about USD JPY, because if anybody actually trades currencies, it is dynamite. It was a dynamite setup. Dynamite, right? So BNB is about to roll. BNB is going to be a... Guys, look at this bearish flag on BNB right now. If you guys want to make profit, you pay attention to BNB. Forget every other coin in crypto except Bitcoin and pay attention to BNB. BNB is going to be the short of the century, technically speaking. So if we look at the 15-minute here, we've got a nice bearish flag. We've already broke the trend. There's nothing really holding BNB up. Wow, this could literally dump down to 580 or lower. This is going to be our top trade in crypto. Forget about everything else and focus on BNB. So typically if you break 601, we're going to drop pretty heavily. Which would essentially be this trend line, right? So you've been ranging here a bit on this 15-minute. You break it, back test, boom, you're waiting for the drop. And if we look at BNB on the longer-term time frame, I want to see if it did hit any of our 618 or 382. BNB is probably the best trade to trade in crypto. A lot of people don't pay attention to it. Look at that fair value gap right there. Okay, you're 5. So you're breaking your 382 on BNB. So the next target on BNB is going to be around $400. If you guys could catch a trade on BNB at the top and ride it all the way down to $400. Now, obviously, you'd have to have a tighter stop loss, but if you had tighter stop loss, this could be a 1 to 15 or 1 to 20 trade. BTC finally hit your 66,000 buy entry. Kevin, awesome to hear. I will say, though, set stop loss and profit because it looks like a big dump is coming. A big dump, a big drop. We're ranging, though. Tony Gold, how you doing? Okay, watch Euro AUD. I don't I haven't really looked at Euro AUD. 166.3 to 1. Yeah, you're looking at a double bottom right here for sure. I could see euro to the Australian dollar coming all the way back down here. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Back in this region around 160. Oh my gosh, this thing is absolutely dumping to the grave. Euro AUD is bearish, guys. Wow. $20.21. Jeez, this is crazy. Yeah, this is going to drop a lot. Euro AUD. Just wild. Okay, guys, hit that like button. I'm going to go get some more water. I'll be right back. I appreciate you guys. Let me know what trades you are in the comment section below. Shout out to everybody new on the live. I'll be right back. All right, let's get into this more here. So, okay, so we looked at Bitcoin. We looked at all those particulars there. We haven't really looked at BTC.D. It's not really doing anything. We already know the trend broke. Okay, so Bitcoin DOM is probably going to have a very, very big drop here. We do have a rounded bottom, but we also have a rounded top. And we also have our 800 SMA, which is a death cross right here. Okay, so major death cross here on our 800 SMA. Now, keep in mind, guys, we want Bitcoin DOM to drop. We want Bitcoin DOM to come all the way back down to the bottom here. That essentially means money is flowing out of Bitcoin, which is fine because even if Bitcoin drops a lot, we'll kind of resettle down here with our altcoins, hopefully with our altcoins starting to move a lot. So I could see Bitcoin DOM coming down to 54%. DXY. Okay, DXY has a bit of bullish dive. Well, the DXY has bullish dive on the weekly. So the DXY is holding this trend. Not too bad, not too bad at all. We're kind of bouncing up in this region where the DXY is holding the trend. But I don't know. The DXY is very, very oversold right now. So we would have to break up for this to be fully bullish. But it did break out with some pretty intense bullish divergence. Do I recommend starting with gold, silver, and Bitcoin for funded accounts? Yes, probably just gold and Bitcoin. Speaking of gold and Bitcoin, gold has been in this double top for, I don't even know. Gold has been in this double top for a bit here. You overbought in the 4 hour. Your daily's moving up, but it is in a bit of a downtrend. 8 hour time frame is obviously drop. Well, 8 hour time frame is ranging. Yeah, just gold and Bitcoin. I wouldn't do silver. You could if you study it, but you need to understand the spread, right? So gold is definitely getting ready to drop. Not yet, but it is getting ready to drop. Okay, so we got 39 minutes left on this close. Again, all we're really doing is ranging. Hit that like button, guys. Shout out to all the new people on the live. I would say BNB is probably my favorite trade. We also have Dogecoin here too. BNB is lining up to be a very, very, very good setup. Dogecoin's looking not too bad too. We broke the trend here. So here was the short on Doge, 10-2. I even lined up my fib. From the previous high. Like BNB is my favorite trade, guys, for sure. But Doge is coming in close second. Doge is kind of in no man's land right now. If Doge could break 9.6, Doge will definitely dump. And you're looking at a big drop on Dogecoin if we can break the 618 retracement. So we're kind of ranging at the 618 retracement, essentially the 382 if you flip it, because I know a lot of people are going to be like, that is the 382. Yeah, technically it is, but I'm also looking for the retracement because we're in a downtrend. So this is the 382 or the 618. In this case, the 618. And I could see Dogecoin coming back to around 9 cents or lower. We already broke the trend, and now what is going to be a double round to top. This is looking a really, really good setup, guys, on Dogecoin. I really like it a lot. We're also breaking that 1 hour 200 SMA. We'll see if broccoli did anything today. I know we were looking at it. I don't know. I don't trust long in this market. Daily's dropping, 18 hours dropping. I would say if you could find a short on broccoli close to the top, I would definitely be looking for a short on broccoli. Because we did break the inverse head and shoulder right here. Broke the inverse head and shoulder. You're kind of getting a little bit of fake out, but you are in a downtrend. And if I look at the 8 hours, same thing here. 8 hour time frame is dropping. So I would definitely try and find a short on broccoli if you can, because I could see broccoli coming all the way down to, you're looking at about 17%. So if you're on a perpetual trade, 17% is a lot. All right, let's see what Bitcoin's doing. So Bitcoin's pumping a bit, which is fine. We're still at the conversion line. I could see this ultimately pumping to around again, 67 or even possibly 67.4. But keep in mind, guys, I'm just basically looking for Bitcoin to reject in this area. It could even reject right here. But the 1 hour is almost overbought here too. $67.3, yes, possible, right? I'm just giving myself room. Whatever this is, or yeah, $67.3 to $67.4. Really, for this Asia session, we're just going to be bouncing up and down. So all right, let's see what else we got here. Bitcoin Cash. We never did Bitcoin Cash yet. BCH, triple bottom. It broke out, right? So Bitcoin Cash broke out, but now you're in a rounded top. So Bitcoin Cash is probably going to break this breakout inverse head and shoulder. It is in a head and shoulder, not an inverse head and shoulder. So you're kind of seeing a range sideways, but the 1 hour is definitely starting to roll over here, which could possibly bring us back to a 510 in Bitcoin DOM. Okay, I got to turn the lights off, guys. My eyes are killing me. I don't normally have my lights on when I'm doing the evening live. Oh my gosh, that is so much better. That's how you know you're looking at charts too much. We also have this head and shoulder pattern here on Bitcoin Cash. Oh my gosh. Right here. And the head and shoulder on Bitcoin Cash is rejecting exactly at the left shoulder. So that target goes to about $100. That's a 3-day head and shoulder, a daily, a weekly. Yeah, Bitcoin Cash has a huge head and shoulder. Huge. And actually, we are completely overbought here too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my drawings off. I'm going to look at this resistance right here. And then I'm going to go on my liquidity gaps. Right, I'm going to look at my liquidity gaps right here. And we look at that range. Perfect. So obviously Bitcoin Cash is ranging pretty good, guys, because we have major support right here. But you could pretty much see when we break this support at about 556, Bitcoin Cash is going to dump. And this thing is going to be a crazy short of about 11%, which is going to be almost a 1 to 10 or higher trade if you're going leverage. So keep that in mind. And then obviously in the longer term, we have a huge death cross approaching here on Bitcoin Cash. All right, Cisco Wolf, what is up? Let's go for Venice token, VVV. Okay, Venice token. Venice token pumped a lot here from 1 Man, Venice token pumps out of nowhere, but it did break trend. So that is a key factor you want to realize, that it did break the trend. So if we go to VVV, go to our initial support. So I would say once Venice token breaks 346, short it. There are more sells than buys on Venice token at the moment. More sells than buys right here, so this should roll over. The red is basically the buy volume, the blue is the sell volume. Been a really nice short up here, but I could see Venice token coming down quite a bit. 18 hours dropping, daily is caught some. Wow, Venice token. So if you go to Venice token right here, guys, this has got major daily bearish divergence. Like, I could pretty much see Venice token coming back under $1. I can see the market is lining up for something astronomical. Just seeing these coins, see the bearish dive, seeing what is happening, seeing the daily, seeing the 18-hour. Something big is coming in the market, guys. Really, really big. Okay, so we have this double top here. On BTC, we're kind of rejecting that breakout there. We're still holding that conversion line resistance. CJDV, WLFI, no problem. WLFI broke the trend here on the lower time frames. Well, so WLFI broke the trend right here at about 11.8. You're most likely going to drop down to about 10.9 on WLFI. I don't really like the range here, but I would say WLFI is probably going to come down to about 9.7. It would have to break this region right here about 11.2. It did break the trend. Now you're looking at WLFI rolling over to about 11.2. Shout out to all the new people on the live, guys. We have a lot of new people. So BeSlimlist.com is our community. We're doing a huge training Saturday, February 21st. What this training will entail is a lot. I mean, a lot of stuff. Just go to this upcoming here on February 21st, 10 a.m., and you will see the training. It is 100% free. It is 10 years of cumulative trading built into one. But if you guys are new, BeSlimlist.com, go join it. It's free. I don't want money from anybody. 100% free, free, free. We looked at a lot of stuff on the live today. A lot. Okay, so we got this 4-hour close here coming up in 22 minutes on Bitcoin. Julius, how you doing? Cyber. Okay, I think we looked at Cyber earlier on the live. Cyber pumped a lot. Yeah, we looked at Cyber. Pretty much was a pump and dump, really. So Cyber is rejecting at that conversion line. Kind of ranging right there. I would probably wait till this 4-hour MACD crosses on Cyber if I was going to trade it. I don't know. Cyber is a weird one. I'm not really liking the oversold at the middle. So Cyber would probably be a no trade for me at the moment. Like, you dropped a lot here. But I could see Cyber coming all the way back down to that 54. Or even all the way back down here. Yeah, there's not much happening on Cyber. You already broke the trend. You need to wait for that 1 hour to become overbought again. You're just very, very low and very tapped out on Cyber. Vintage, appreciate you. You're one of my must-watch channels. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, fam. Thank you. Thank you guys for everybody coming on the live today for the Tokyo session. We're trying to make something happen out of nothing. That's kind of the story of my life with these lives. But if you guys could prepare for what is about to come, you're going to make a lot of money in this market. And typically when the boring times are is when you want to double up or figure it out. So essentially what we're doing is we're just in this rising pattern. We probably break it into London. Four-hour close. We got 19 minutes left on this 4-hour close. Normally, I would not be shorting when we're so oversold in the 4-hour. However, this is a completely different type of market. Anything. Okay, Orca. We looked at Orca. Honestly, I'll take a meme cycle pump at this point. Just everybody start bumping meme coins. I don't know, something. Okay, Orca. Well, I thought Orca did hit that high, but it didn't. So it looks like Orca is probably going to form some bearish divergence in this rounded top. And before it does that, it's probably going to push up to about 160 and then drop. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, Tau, I'm going to set an alert right here. Okay, so Tau's in a bit of an uptrend here. This is going to be the last trade of the night, guys. We're going to end the live after Tau. We kind of know what Bitcoin is doing. We know the direction where Bitcoin is going to go. For the most part, if it breaks that target, it'll probably be a fake out. But essentially here on Tau, you're going to see that we are just breaking this uptrend. It isn't the uptrend I'd even be looking at. It's more the liquidity gaps that I want to look at here. So 4 hours dropping. So if we go to our liquidity gaps here on Tau, and then tomorrow's New York session, guys, will be about 9 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. CST. Lately, we've been doing good around 9. So Tau's pretty simple. I wouldn't short Tau until Tau breaks 181. Because if Tau breaks 181 and starts dumping, or I guess that would be about 180, then you're going to see Tau drop all the way back down to here, which is about 150. Okay, so Tau's looking pretty good, but you want to look at those liquidity gaps here, and you're looking at about 180 to about 180-ish. If Tau breaks this region, it will drop all the way back down to 150. All right, and that is all I got for you guys tonight. We're about an hour 30 minutes, and really with the market doing nothing, I'm going to go over Bitcoin here one more time. Bitcoin could hit 67.3. I'm in a short. If Bitcoin hits see, we could hit 67.3, but it's that conversion line that we're rejecting right now. I don't see Bitcoin, or 67.4. I don't see Bitcoin pushing up or breaking this. Of course, anything's possible. It just depends on what this 4-hour candle does. We could even fake out and break back above it. As long as we're in this channel, we're fine. But I don't see us breaking 67. Of course, anything could happen, right? We're just very, very bearish. All we're doing is we're waiting for this 1 hour to become overbought. Shout out to all the new people, guys, on the live tonight. If you guys are making money on Beast Limitless, let me know in the comment section. I appreciate you guys. Again, I'm trying to make something out of nothing. But thank you guys all for being here on the live. We'll see you for New York. Go to beastlimitless.com, post your wins, guys, and we will see what London does. I'm looking at a drop, but again, that 1 hour needs to be completely overbought. One indicator is, do I find more useful? RSI, stochastic, and channels, along with fair value gaps. Make sure you tune in to the training on Saturday, February 21st. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. Good night. Take care. Set your stop losses and profit. All right.